Do you have a set of china that was given to you? People all around the world have a set of china that was given to them.
I got the china from my grandmother when she passed away in 1991.
It was made during a little before World War II in a factory, a Polish porcelain factory that was over 200 years old. And she said one of the soldiers from the U.S. had been over there during the war, and he had brought this back for his mother. And now his mother had to move into a nursing home, and she wasn't able to keep it, and so this lady was selling it for her.
20 years ago, my grandmother gave me this set of china when I moved into my first apartment.
I just recently received it from a very close family friend when I purchased my home.
A man was trying to sell my grandmother a piece of china, and he was telling her that it was very old and that's why it cost so much for that one plate. She says yes, but she turns it over and on the back it says it's dishwasher safe. So she says, I don't believe they had dishwashers back when you're telling me this china was made.
And I went back the next day and bought it from her, and it was in mint condition.
I think the favorite memory is just the collection of them itself. We used to travel with my mother and my grandmother, and you'd go into thrift stores or to china shops, and they would pick up different pieces, and then over the years other people gave her pieces that they found that they thought she would like.
My favorite meal was macaroni and cheese, homemade biscuits, and ham. And that's the fondest memory I have about using this china.
Every woman dreams about having the perfect holiday dinners. You know, the ones that can be on the cover of a greeting card or a movie made out of. Well, there was one year that I had the perfect Christmas celebration for about 50 of my closest friends and family members. My house was perfectly decorated. I went all out cooking the night before. I think I lost my fingerprints boiling the cabbage, making stuffed cabbage that year. I used Grandma's china on the serving table because there wasn't enough to use for dinner plates. The great thing about memories is that nobody can take them away from you.
I thought, I need more china, and I thought it's a shame that there's not a way that I can buy more of this, it's called Sheridan Rose place setting. And I got to thinking about that on the way home, and when I arrived home, this is not a few days later, this is that night. It was, by now it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I just happened to turn on the television, and I never watched Home Shopping Network, but I turned on to Home Shopping by accident, and the salesperson on Home Shopping is holding up a piece of china that is Sheridan Rose, the exact same pattern I had, and she shows a picture of the porcelain factory in Poland. And she said this Polish factory, after the communists had been defeated, it started opening up again. It had serving pieces, and so I called them right then, had that delivered, and before our next family dinner, we had enough place settings for everyone.
How often do you use your china?
China in my family is used a lot.
I can remember eating off of this china as a very little child. Only a couple times ever in my entire life did I ever get to eat off of this china.
She only pulled this china out on special holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, so we only saw it twice a year.
I have not had the chance to use the china yet, so it is sitting on my counter collecting dust.
We use it on Christmas and Thanksgiving. Those are about the only times that it comes out.
My most recent use of our china was last Mother's Day, and I wanted to do something for all of the mothers in our family. My niece, she took the pattern floral design and she reproduced it onto the cake. The Mother's Day cake looked just like the place setting, and then the girls helped me with centerpieces that were the same design as the flowers in the place settings.
Some people think that 13 is an unlucky number, but to me, it's a special number because my grandmother was born on January 13th, and she was one of 13 children. Coincidentally, I have packed and moved this china, you guessed it, 13 times. Like many people, my grandma believed that heaven is a place that you go to when you die. I believe that heaven is found right here in this moment. You can create your journey to heaven right now. I recently went to see Mary Poppins on Broadway, and my favorite quote that she says is, "Anything can happen if you let it." I was inspired to begin writing when I went through a difficult time, and I decided to make some changes in my life. Changes that were not easy. I was overwhelmed. I didn't know where to begin. And I told myself, you can do this. You have to do this. Start with one box. Pack one box. And I started packing my grandma's china. All of a sudden, a flood of memories came rushing back of each time that I carefully packed and unpacked my grandma's china. It was at that moment that I decided to write about this beautiful set of china and all the memories that I will cherish forever. Everybody has a story. I believe that each of us has a purpose. So now I invite you to write about your journey to heaven. Reflect on your life, where you came from, where you are now, and where you're going in the future, because you truly can create the life that you want. Make every day in your life so special that you bring out your china.